of us wrong. I got the X-ray vision. I got the X, I got the X. See right through all these bitches. Move to the left, move to the left. I got the X-ray vision. I got the X, I got the X. Maybe you thought you won, but I'm still undefeated. Stay with a like. Stay with a like. Keep grinning like. All up in a like. All up in a like. Last I heard, you were chasing everything you thought you deserved. Living life like you'd rather be seen than heard. Playing with them actions till someone gets burned. Lessons get learned. Now you calling my phone. Last time we spoke you were saying so long. Now you're hitting me up like what's going on. You must have forgot how you did me wrong. One of us wrong. I got the X-ray vision. I got the X, I got the X. See right through all these bitches. Move to the left, move to the left. I got the X-ray vision. I got the X, I got the X. Maybe you thought you won, but I'm still undefeated. Stay with a like. Stay with a like. Keep grinning like. All up in a like. All up in a lie, but I'm still undefeated. I got the X-ray vision. I got the X, I got the X. See right through all these bitches. Move to the left, move to the left. I got the X-ray vision. I got the X, I got the X. Maybe you thought you won, but I'm still undefeated. I got the X-ray vision. I got the X, I got the X. See right through all these bitches. Move to the left, move to the left. I got the X-ray vision. I got the X, I got the X. Maybe you thought you won, but I'm still undefeated. I'm seeing you, 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 I'm seeing you.
There we go. Sorry about that. That was muted. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the ESU League. Welcome to the the cast. You know, kind of rough start a little bit, but welcome to the Manatee GG. It's hosted, you know, by ESU League. We have a wonderful amount of sponsors. We're getting kind of warmed up here. We're kind of moving around. We're seeing everyone kind of get warmed up into the game. Going up with the guns, per the usual on the island. Seeing where the plane goes here in a moment. We'll be able to follow quite a few teams. We'll see MLG Esports, who I'm excited to watch. They won the Open Squads tournament last week, and then Flashpoint Esports, which made Team 27, which won last season's league play. So we see the plane going down through here. We can go ahead and get on some of these players here. Crossing over here, we go ahead and there we go. We're going to see these teams probably start dropping in a moment. They're going to be able to cover a lot of the major points. You're going to see them dropping to Georgia Pole, Sosnova Military Base. Military Powers has quite a good amount of loot for what it is. It's a small space, but you often can find level 3 gear there. So we're watching the kind of fall here. We see them start splitting off. We see some teams heading towards Craters, Lopovka. Let's go ahead and jump over to one of these teams here. Gato Minus. Only 2 teams. There are one's heading down to Novo here. One team's headed down to Military. We're going to go ahead and go over to Clutch Crispy. Most of the teams have been jumped out. They're going to be spreading out. There's a good spread on this plane here. I'm liking this a lot. You're going to see a lot of coverage, a lot of different areas for them to land to. We're going we got third line going down over here. Let's start seeing them loot a little bit here. So the beginning of the game is a little bit slow. They're going to be trying to get those, you know, starting guns. But because of the more reserved gameplay, I think, when they're playing for a prize, you're not going to be seeing people going to school trying to fight it out there as much. You see, yeah, one duo that went to school. We see Nick. I'm not sure if he's alone landing there. We have Lefty here going over to Severny. So everyone's pretty spread out. They're going to be just trying to get the loot, trying to get those, you know, early ARs, trying to get those early rifles of power. Nick apparently is taking a little bit of damage here. A couple of teams going to Military. They've actually foregone Novo, and we'll just kind of stick around with a couple people, see what they're doing. But early on, getting a rifle, especially, I guess, if it's a high combat zone, getting a Kar 98 or something like that isn't always the best option. Getting a shotgun has a lot more kill potential when the armor's low, and people are still looking for guns. But for right now, it seems everyone's pretty much spread out. We have 2 teams going to Lopovka, so let's back out here for a moment. No Story Time is going to be looting Diner. Twitch, he actually picks up a shotgun, so he's right next to Chimp here. So let's see what they're going to be doing. Yeah, I don't know if he knows that he's there currently. He has a shotgun and he has an AR. Bobby's kind of poorly looted. He has a revolver, and Chimp's running around with a grenade. So let's just kind of stick with him for a moment. Lipovka has a decent amount of loot, especially for a duo. You have more than enough coming out of it. You might find, you know, a little bit less ARs. You might find a little bit more, but for the most part, you should be good. I don't think... Here, let's see if we can jump over to him. So he knows that they're there. He can hear him. He can see your Chimp moving around. But he's going to be forced to peek around. Yeah, he sees him. I grabbed a little bit more loot. He's probably... So make sure he's communicating with his teammate here, who's all the way... There's no story time. He's probably still looking for an AR. He's still looking for some weapons. Chimp is kind of backed off. Go ahead and zoom back out here. It looks like Juggernaut went down... Was he? I think it was ran over by one of these teams over here. We have 3 people here. A mistake might be going down to there. So we're going to keep following these for a moment. We're staying on the southern side of Lipovka for a moment. They're staying pretty much away from each other. I think trying to just play it a little bit more safe, especially when you have a prize on the line. People want to play a little bit more reserved. It's not going to be... You're not going to be going for the frags. It's not going to be helpful. And over here, it looks like Sin Evil was able to take out... Yeah, he got a double kill on the team that had gone down there before, unfortunately for them. Everyone's spread out. We see some people up in Zarki. We see Georgia Pole. Everyone's... And you can see them kind of split up from the 2s here. So we're going to stick here in Lipovka. Hopefully see a little bit of action coming in. In first person, I think that is, in my personal opinion, I think it's just a much better game mode. I like the fact that you have to peek your head out in order to get information. You're not able to, you know, sit behind a window, behind a wall, and still be able to peek around. So they're still looting. They're still looking for... They're getting their, you know, boots on the ground, hit it running. But they're staying away from each other for the most part. And, I mean, the thing with that is, since they don't know exactly where they're at, there's not that peace of mind that comes with just looting idly. They know that they're here. They know that they have that threat that's always present. So we're going to see the first crate drop near Josu. So we can see that land in a moment here. But not much action going on for the moment. We can kind of just spread around and see what people are up to. Sneevil here, he is currently... Oh. He's rocking an M4, and it looks like he has a shotgun on his back. Or, no, an AK. So he has a decent engagement ability, rocking around here. We see he's a little underlooted. Has no helmet. Has an M16, which is not a bad gun. Guns all come down to preference, though. I mean, you have faster fire rates with something like an M4 over a SCAR, but some have more recoil or more kick. With an AK, you want to have a compensator. So they're still staying away from them. I feel like they're looting a little bit, so they're sticking together. One chimp is rocking a crossbow currently. So I think he's going for a little bit more over silence over kill potential here, which is... It's admirable. I'm excited to see what he can do with this. I'm excited to see the no story time get shot with a crossbow. Over here, you can see a little bit of engagement. He's coming down from head rush here. Taking down Mordecai. He's rocking a mini Uzi. He's trying to get some shots off here. So he's picking him up. Oh, so okay. So head rush is teammates with Mordecai here. We see, who's this? Amph pushing up a little bit. He should be picking up his teammate as well. So they have a little bit of a standoff for a moment. He doesn't have any meds, it looks like. He's not trying to med himself up here. So Xandy's about to be picked up in a moment. So they're backing off as well. Oh, we see the engagement coming on over here. Noah Story Time was able to take out Chimp. Bobby coming in, talking down Noah Story Time. Bobby's able, with the mini Uzi with the last bullet, able to take out Twitch Resist. It wasn't a crossbow kill, but it was still a wonderful kill nonetheless. Going down to the military, you see that everyone's still spread off. They're still kind of getting their loot. We're kind of getting near the end of the phase here. We can check the crate here for a moment. Let's go ahead and jump over here. And let's see what they were able to pick up. Oh, so he was able to pick it up. All right. Jesus. Reapus here hasn't come in with an which is... The question is, does he have the optics for it? Whoop. Not the person I want to click on. Excellent. Helpful. So he's going to have an especially coming in. He's near the center of the circle. That has such an amazing kill potential. For those of you who are new to the game, the is one of the, if not the most powerful gun in the game when it comes to sniper rifles. It can take down a level 3 helmet with one shot, fresh knockout. And that has such amazing ability, especially in duos. When, one person down can mean the difference. In squads, you have more people able to pick up other, your teammates and things of the sort, but this is... Oh, Cypress went down from Nexus here with the AK. Was he alone? Yeah, he was. Nexus, is he by himself here? No, so he does have Laz on his teammate. He has him nearby. So the circles start coming in, the zone's coming in. People are going to be kind of forced to kind of move towards this. And if you want to see the scoring charts, I think you can head over to the esuleague.com and see the scoring mechanics. There's 2 points for a kill, and things. And as you get more and more kills, it rewards the aggressive behavior, and you get further bonuses. All right, so up here we see a little bit of engagement coming out here. We see Papa Skrull, yub. They might have finished off the engagement. And the engagements happen so fast that, if you're not paying attention, they can just end like that. You can back up here. And I think, yeah, they don't, his teammate is not anywhere nearby, so they're not going to be able to see that currently. We can kind of just, I'm hovering on the map at the current point just to see where everyone's at, seeing as people get close. We have 2 people in Lipovka, or 2 teams rather. We see Frogman driving in, they're trying to get away from the circle. We have to start leaving Prem. Prem I like a lot. It has wonderful loot. Especially in these warehouses right here, you have usually guaranteed level 3 gear. It's very high percentage in comparison to these smaller houses. So Lipovka is currently safe. Both of them are still alive. Oh, here we go. You see Ace Thunder kind of tearing in just like a swarm of bees. The sound of the motor. It might just be trying to pass him up here. Yeah, Moby Gaming is Just letting them pass here. You see, he's only rocking an Uzi as well. It seems like loot's a little bit light for everybody. In Severny here, we see Lefty trying to pick off... Someone coming, looks like they're coming from shooting range here. We see Clutch Crispy kind of pushing up over here. So I mean, they have a little bit of the height advantage here. But they're trying to cross in the car. They're getting hit at. He's trying to go over to Party Rock here, his teammate, trying to get a little bit of cover. He's trying to get behind this wall. Hope he doesn't hit him. We go ahead and jump over to Lefty here. They see where they're at. They get some solid hits off. They might be able to get away. Oh, they're still driving straight away from him. All right, and they start dipping away. All right, let's trying to find a vehicle for a moment. This first circle doesn't do a lot of damage. It's slowly ticking down. If you go to the house over here, you can see that it's just ever so slowly winding down. There's not a lot of, you know, risk involved. You can hang out there for a while. The second circle as well, but around the third one is when it starts to pick up. You start getting chunked, and you have to make a decision ahead of time. You can't just pray for a circle. Nick here is out in the, he's trying to make an engagement. Looking for the crate drop. There haven't been, there's only been one crate drop that's landed over here, so we were kind of waiting on some other ones here. And there's, the crates, I think have a lot. I mean, they can make the difference, but it's not always worth the risk. Because, you know, you can get something like an M249, which is, while it's great, if you already have an AR, I think that you have a little bit more accuracy with that. You have a little bit more comfort because you've used those rifles a lot more, so it's not always worth the time to get out of your way, and it obviously attracts a lot of attention. So we see the crate over here. Where did the crate go? Oh, there we go. So over here at Mansion, things aren't exactly loading in here. This is, hopefully this isn't what they're seeing. Makes it a little easier to loot. But Bobby D knocked out Bad Seed. He sees him coming up, turns around, and makes the quick snap decision. He's able to take out Chimp A there. Bobby's pushing up. He's low with the double barrel, I believe it is, and he gets blasted in the back. Both of them go down, so he's going to be able to pick up his teammate and continue on, get a little bit of loot, move up. So you see a few teams that are caught out. They're still in the middle of the circle here. And no current engagements outside of... So Ace goes down. We see Moby Gaming, who's going to be trying to pick up his teammate. At this point, they should probably be rushing. They know he's down. They know he's inside, so they know he's going to be picking him up. So they can make the snap decision and say, hey, you know, we want to push him. But they're going to be hanging back. He's going to be... Looks like he's opting for grenade throw a little bit here. He cooks it a little bit. He's doing it again here. The grenade comes back at him, almost hitting him in the face. Oh, no. All right, so Ace was able to heal up a little bit, get a little bit more, get a little comfortable. So these have bars on the windows, if you can't tell, which makes it a little bit harder to get grenades in there. He throws it in there, not able to get the hit off. He's still watching that. He's looking. He knows that they're up there. If we can go ahead and hide their name tags. This is what he's currently seeing. He's looking for them. He knows that they're up there, but he doesn't exactly where they're at here. We can go ahead and snap over his teammate. We see Affliction here. He's just watching the windows. They know that they're in there. He's already thrown 2 grenades in. They can either sit there, push in, or they can leave. And I think it's probably a poor decision to start backing away, especially because, you know, it's a large open field outside of this house. They're on the 2nd floor, so they have the height advantage. They have a UAZ nearby, but it's between both of them. Inside, so Wick's trying to get a little bit kind of even with this, even with Ace here. I guess we snapped over to head rush there for a moment. Oh, we see Day Cannon pulling up on both of them. Day Cannon and his teammate, they're running through here. There we get some shots off. They're on a bike. They're exposed. See, believably just farming, just hitting hit after hit here. He needs to get a few more tags to get Day Cannon down. He knows him lay down. He gets the knockout. Kobase is off to the left, and he's choosing to run away. He might not have any meds, and the gas is kind of wearing him down. It's only the 2nd level, but if you only have 1 first aid, you know, you don't want to waste it and still be in the gas. They're forcing them to be sit back and heal up. But I think they were more than safe enough to sit there and secure the kill here. It looks like over here... Let me go ahead and back up for a moment. There we go. They were able to get the kill. They were able to charge up the stairs. And you can kind of tell. So one was inside this room here, and the other was up the stairs. So they're probably able to throw, you know, some sort of flashbang or grenade in, force force the defensive behavior. And that's a good way to get kills, is if you're just hyper aggressive, you're able to push up, you're able to get those quick kills, and if you force them to be uncomfortable, they're going to start missing shots. You see MLGB here, one of the teams that said that you should watch out for. They're firing off at this garage building, trying to get a few shots. Let's go ahead and swap over his teammate for a moment. You see MLG Biggie there, and then MLG Theros. They're firing off over here at 13 Frogman. It looks like he was hit up a little bit. And so they're driving back in from... Here we go. They're driving back in here. They were able to get off their bike. They're hiding behind a rock, just trying to heal up. But they only have 38 seconds. They can make this distance. The circle will start coming in probably about halfway for them to go in. We have Sizz over there. And we see Dozing Chopper here. It looks like are they taking the... they might be taking the med kit route of getting the points. So this strategy kind of... It's less entertaining to watch, but what they're doing is that they're giving all the meds to one person who's going to sit there and heal throughout the game. Hopefully into the final, 3 or 4 teams, trying to get those points early on. So people are still spreading out. They're going to be forced in. You see that Yasna has so many buildings. I'm surprised there's only 2 teams there. There's so many people there. So there's so many buildings that you can hide in. This is actually surprising to only see... oh, there's 3 teams here. I'm mistaken. And you can hear the footsteps. They probably know that each other are there, but it's so hard to push up on those without, putting yourself in mortal danger there. You see STD Lunatic up on the 3rd floor of this. You see, so there's a 3rd team here. Oh, we see Doc Cannon pulling up. Lunatic firing some shots off. He's gonna be coming down. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. See Frogman. He's peeking down. He knows that they're in there. He sees them coming down the stairs. Oh, and unfortunately, Doc Cannon was able to swing below his field of view there. There we go. There's a slight delay, so when someone dies on the camera, you're not able to snap away from them, unfortunately. So Waka was able to get the kill. He's able to finish him off. And Lunatic, so it's now 1v1 in this little area. Lunatic's trying to throw some grenades over, get a little Kobe action. Oh no. Oh, Waka runs right straight into it? Oh no, okay. So there's a certain, you want to, especially, I guess my frame of mind is, if you know that someone's next to you, you can either just wait and sit around, which is, probably the better thing to do, especially when you're playing for such a, prestigious prize. You're playing for these BenQ screens and all these wonderful things, but you can't be comfortable. You can't sit around, you can't watch other things, because you never know when someone's going to come up the stairs, and especially with a building like this, there's only one way for him to come up. But especially in first person, you can't just peek those corners. You have to be sticking your head out. You have to be looking. He knows that Walk is still there. He hasn't heard him leave. He hasn't heard him get on a bike. He hasn't heard the hard footsteps of him pounding across. Over here, Head Rush looks like having a little bit of engagement. They're engaging Believably and Sizz as they run across the field. Believably are just choosing, it looks like they're just choosing to run across the field. It looks like they're just choosing to ignore the firefight. They know this gas is coming in. They're out on the edge. Everyone's in for the most part, except for Dozing. We talked about that before. We can ignore this crate out of pure curiosity. I kind of want to know what it is. It's coming down. Let's see if we can inspect what it is. Third Line was able to knock out Believably. We can just ignore that. No one's going to be going for that. Actually, no. Affliction might. It's a little bit out in the water, but no one's up there. It's a safe swim. There's not any cliffs for them to ignore here. So we see Head Rush. They're still engaging out at the bottom of that. It looks like a sort of house. Takes a minute for that to load in. Get a little bit of loot. And that engagement for the most part. Sizz is just trying to med up. You can see the carcass of his poor friend there. I'm guessing that's Believably. So we can go ahead and jump. I am curious on what they're going to be picking up here. It's out in the water. Yeah, this is close. They're going to be able to run across here. You can see that. You can see their weapons down below that. So they're going to be able to come out of this crate with a Groza. All right, a ghillie suit, level 3 vest. Solid loot. So the Groza is a 7.62 gun, a crate-only weapon, and it has a very, very fast fire rate. Especially in close quarters combat, it excels, and it will tear apart any other AR for both this fire rate and the damage. 7.62 is going to have a little bit more damage than 5.56, and when you combine the speed of something like similar to a Vector or an SMG, it becomes a truly deadly weapon. We can go ahead and back up here for a moment. So you see MLG, Biggie, and Theros are still holding down this compound. They're not wanting to move. They have a wonderful position. There's been a circle for the last 2. We see two parties here. Party Rock doesn't seem to know that these are camping in sheds. We see Joshua firing at Sin Evil as he headed a little bit north towards Papa Scrub here. Triceratops is coming into this compound. You see Party Rock probably moving up. He's listening for it. He's watching that door, waiting for them to come in. He's not wanting to peek the window. He's not wanting to expose himself, show his head, and get picked off by who knows what. Especially in first person, you know, it's a little bit easier to see where people are during engagements, but it's so much easier to get picked off because, you know, you can't sit there and hold alt and look around. He's taking out the tires here, and especially with certain vehicles, you're going to take out certain tires. But taking that out, he's slowing down the vehicle immensely. The US is going to be completely useless at this point. We see the engagement coming out from Affliction as he's trying to get up inside the sniper tower here. Sorry, in Sin Evil, I'm sorry. You see them across from one another. They're still peeking that sniper tower. They see you see a whole Baker right here. They know that they're inside there as well. See, everyone's kind of held up inside these shacks. Ooh, he saw the opportunity, but Smack was able to take down Baker, take him out. He's gonna go ahead and go for the peek. Z-Mac is gonna be pushing up now. He's taking advantage of the fact that he's gonna be down for Baker's gonna be out for 9 seconds as they try to pick each other up. He's trying to push up. He's now behind this rock. Vado probably don't know this because this isn't third person. So they're hanging back. We see J-Rod pushing off to the side here. He has a Car 98. He's going to have to use a little first aid kit, so he's out for a little bit. He does have a Groza, you can see here. As Rod picks it up, you can see the massive damage that just the fury it unleashes. They have a little bit of good wedge on Mac here. They just have to keep cycling around, force him outside behind this tree. As long as they keep doing the wedge. He got a few shots off. He says that Kajaro is down, so it is a 1v1. J-Rod is kind of pushing up. He gets picked off by Laz. He sees him push up. He's reloading. And he gets the kill off. And both of them will emerge alive and well. Papa Scrub, they're still fighting at this tower. You can see that play kind of... a silenced Car 98 kind of gets out, forces them to watch more than one area, and he's able to get the headshot on Jay Soon here. He's going to be able to push off on the left side. Papa Scrub's going to be hanging inside. Either looks like he's going to be going for... Oh, we have another team pushing up. You see Blue up on the hill here, who's getting shot from them, a third party. Go ahead and back up for a moment. So both of them are dead. They're able to get the kills, secure the kills. He's rocking a VSS, which is, while it's only 9mm, it doesn't have a lot of damage. It is incredibly silent, and especially in solos and even duos, it's so hard to read where it's coming from. There's a lot of bullet drop, but if you can hit it, it can provide a huge advantage. So I think they know that they're up there, or... Sorry, Blue knows that Sin Evil and Play 20 are down below. It looks like a hell of a battle went down. JJ was able to take them out as they're crossing the road here. So we're walking Joshua here, and where was he getting shot from? Who knows? I'm sure it's not good. So Sizz is still coming in from the circle. It looks, go back over here. We can send Sin Evil, who's getting, so Affliction and Wick were the ones who got the crate, towards kind of north of Lopovka, and we go ahead and jump to Wick here. He has the Groza, but he's getting shot from above, and I think he's gonna be picked off. He's trying to get down the hill here. He's able to get behind the UAZ, but now Sin Evil hears the shots up above. Blue Evil is trying to just, again, I think it's so important to do is that you spread out. Get the, he's trying to drive away. See if they're able to finish him off, and he's going to emerge victorious. Play 20 is also trying to fire at him, but doesn't see that Affliction is right next to him. He's going to be able to get this kill if he sees him. He does not. If he peeks that core, he's going to get the easy, quick kill. He is down. He is out. So Sin Evil's wedged currently. It's kind of a weird position. So Sin Evil and Play 20 are on the same team. Affliction's crawling down between them. They know that he's there. They're not worrying about it. But Affliction is able to still feed information from wherever his teammate is. We can see, actually, let's see Sin Evil here. Let's follow him up. He's getting into the UAZ. Looks like he's going to be trying to get into the circle. Engagements come in. You're going to see Head Rush and Mordecai moving up towards MLG. These guys, again, I was told to watch. They had won the previous NA's Open squads last week. So I am curious to see how this thing goes down. They both get onto their own separate vehicles. We see Biggie taking the bike. And while the bike is exposed, it is incredibly fast. To put this in perspective, the buggy can go at max, I think, 90 kilometers an hour. And the bike can hit a whopping, I think it is 230. We see engagement coming down from Laz here. Beautiful headshot on Kajaro here. He sees them behind the tree. He's just trying to finish him off. to prevent him from picking up. He was able to get the kill, able to get off, kind of put Baker down in a weird position. So Baker is actually turning behind him. He's ignoring Laz. Now, it could be because they're both rocking cars, and he doesn't have the... He has the grudge, so he's more kind of equipped for medium, a little bit closer ranges here. He's taking shots off at Sizz. Let's go ahead and jump to him. Kind of a weird camera here. Yeah, that's a little buggy. All right, we're gonna jump to gonna go into first person here. There we go. So the circle's coming in. This is where the damage starts to really hurt. And you can see, actually, if you get on not Mooch here, you can see the damage tick down on his health here, how fast it's going down. It's not just bleeding out. This is his first time down, but it's still just hurting such an incredible amount. Wick is still running in, and at this point, we can go ahead and turn over this list. You can see the proximity. Let's turn this down a little bit, and you can see that coming out. They don't have a lot of kills. Mordecai has 4 coming at his current lead. We see Blue with the VSS trying to rain down on the MLGB. They know they're up there. They have the height advantage, but as they go by, he might be trying to jump into the buggy. They see where the circle is. They want to get that early advantage, but there's no houses other than where Josu's at, so they're going to be leaving this engagement. They know that they're at a disadvantage here. Wick is going to be coming into, actually looks like he already got it, and he currently came out with another Groza and a ghillie suit. And the ghillie suit, especially in first person, and when you're laying down, it's such a hard thing to see. MLG Biggie is going to be spread out from Thuros here. They're spreading out, and as mentioned before, such a wonderful tactic is to kind of form a wedge, to get on the left and right, because if you only have to focus at one building, it's easy for them to kind of position around that. You want to just get a wider cone around that. It becomes even more advantageous in squads, but you see Party Rock trying to take this engagement against MLG Thuros. They're stuck inside this engagement. MLGB here, and you see Biggie kind of watching the backside. We'll go down to Lefty here. So he's firing off at Laz. Laz is down in the grass, and I think he's just trying to get, hopefully hidden behind the grass there, and he gets the shot. Lefty gets Laz while laying down trying to heal. We see Mordecai, so we have one of these teams here. Who's on whose team? We had a Russian Lunatic here. So Lunatic can hear them. He knows they're outside. Oh, he's coming in. You should hear him at any moment. He gets him right in the foot. It's not enough to finish him off, but he's low health. A little bit of delay on shooting. They're both outside. He can see that. I'm thinking here comes a grenade, maybe. He sees them running around. He's peeking that corner. He's waiting for him. So I'm just turning this so you can kind of see how close they are. The gas is coming in, so he has to make a decision. He needs to leave now. Because this is when the circle really begins to hurt, and it has such a huge impact on the game. If you get into the circle late, you have half your health. With the guns that people have coming in. So Just Some King, he might be dead, actually. Yeah, he's going to be going down to the circle. We're going to go ahead and back away from him for a moment. He's going to be going down. He waited a little bit too long, and he goes down. His teammates, I'm looking at Blue here, I'm guessing. He's probably taking a little bit of damage. No, he should be fine. All right. So as they're pushing in here, MLGB is going to be going into the shack. They're able to... Oh, they're just pushing up into this. They're trying to get the security. Then that way, just get rid of them. That's one down. We can see Theros pushing in here. They know he's in the corner. They open up the door. They're going to be pushing in for a moment. They'll light him up. He's able to get Biggie's... Oh, he gets the shots off. Oh, no. And unfortunately, Party Rock was able to finish off Theros. And so MLGB is, again, in a wonderful position. They're able to take him out, get the kills, and take that shack. We see Joshua sitting up on the the railing here. With Reapus, they're looking for Lefty. Lefty's down here below. He's rocking an ump, which is not a bad gun in any sort of close quarters combat. Arguably, probably the best alongside the Vector. With the engagements, it has especially with the suppressor. You can only hear it about, I think it was 50 or to 100 meters out. And so they know he's here. They know he's around. We see MLG Biggie firing off at Blue here, and same thing with Sneevil. They know he's up the hill. Play 20 and Sneevil are down by themselves. Wick is just hanging by the edge. He's the one who has the ghillie suit. He's rocking a Groza, and so because he's by himself, he knows that there's other squads. He's just going to be kind of riding the edge of the circle. And there's two ways to play. With a circle like this, it's, lay down the grass, sit near the edge. Lefty's out in the middle of the... and the trees kind of towards the circle, so they, who is it here? Blue and Reapus has to push up on him, and they're able to get the kill with the M16. Has such a wonderful burst on it. I love the gun. Has very minimal recoil. They're able to get beautiful, beautiful shots off. So we're going to be following here. We can see, we can go ahead and go to Sneevil here. They see Reapus out in the middle of the field. be able to take him down. Wick is, again, with the laying down out in the outskirts. Josu is trying to push up, trying to get in a circle. He's trying to get the some tags off. And those are so crucial right now. You can see Josu, again, with the M16 just doing work. Taking out Play 420. Sneevil, you see MLG Biggie went down. I'm guessing it was from the 420, from the so he's running in past this. Josu goes down. All right, so we have 2 solos, or, sorry, 2 squads and a solo. MLGB is crawling in. Let's see what Wick can see here. He knows they're over there. He has a 4x, which is, at this point, is probably doing a little bit better than some sort of, an 8x or 15x for all things in all purposes. Sneevil is sitting him by himself. There's 4 left alive. He has a 8x. He's sitting with an M4. Biggie is still down. And I don't think he feels that he's safe right now. So we can see go to Sneevil from he sees him trying to pick him up. He's gonna be able to get the shots off. He's forced to leave his teammate. Gets another tag. We can go ahead and pull up the HUD. He only half his health. Wick is sitting here with an arm. He's waiting for him to cross. Gets a body shot. Sneevil is taken down to half. The smoke is obscuring his vision. We can see Biggie still down here. He's trying to pick him up. Sneevil is... Where is he at? There we go. Headed down. He's laying down behind this tree. I think these are all they're on very even ground here. No one has a distinct advantage. Wick takes out Thoros with an incredible headshot. Let's go into first person here. He sees him crossing. He's trying to get the shots off. 762 is still doing work, and Wick takes the round, killing Sneevil with the Groza, doing work. Let's go ahead and scroll down through this. See this? I'm just taking screenshots so that we can see what everything's at there. Whew, that was a hell of a round. Yeah, looking back at that though, that was I think Wick played that properly. He sat near the edge the entire time. He knew that he was alone. He had the ghillie suit, so he had that cover of him sitting down. He had the he had the Groza. He was fully kitted into like playing for the very end there. He took the shots he needed to take. He sat, he was sitting where he needed to sit. And I think, MLGB Thoros, I told you guys to watch them. And, even top 3, that's a great finish, especially in duos. And I'm excited to see where they go, especially from Wick. That was incredible. So while we set the next round, we're going to go to a quick, commercial break. I'm not going to be playing commercials. But quick, shout out the sponsors, from Manatee GG, Plays TV. Thank you guys for sticking around for the first match. We have 2 more lined up. So stick with it, and we will be back soon. Until then, kick back and relax.
Open your eyes and see the people chanting, slowly falling apart. The silence causing an earthquake. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling higher, and I know I can be taller. Shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light.
All right, we are back. We are good. We're about to get the games going. Let's go ahead and start the server up. This is such bizarre music, but I love it. Welcome back to the ESU League Manatee GG North America PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds DUO FPP tournament. What a mouthful. So these players are planned for some beautiful snapbacks, some beautiful jackets, and we're getting ready to kick this off for the second match of the day. We saw that Wick won the first match. Now you guys are all telling me to watch Head Rush, so I'll be sure to do that. I had to make sure it wasn't a joke, you know, but I'm excited. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and write down Wick here. I'm excited to watch what he does because, you know, he came out and it might have been one of those, he had the right gear at the right opportunities, the right moments, but he's played that very well, and so I think he's a very smart and capable player. So we're gonna be jumping back into this. Let's go ahead and jump into the game. The fashion statements that people make are always just incredible to look at. We see some people, you know, that rock the pure birthday suit pretty much, or the raw, you know, feeling the wind on your skin as you're running through, and some that want to go a little bit more classy, but at the end of the day, it's not about what you're wearing. It's about how you kill. So yeah, so let's go ahead and find, so everyone's kind of running here, just finding their guns, you know, getting used to them, though I'm sure all these players have hundreds of hours, if not more. So we see, you know, no story time. You know, looking through this, Play 420, they made it quite a bit, quite far into it. You see, let's see who else is around here. Baker made it a good point. Deepest, or Reapus, sorry, not Deepest. Affliction was able to get that Groza, and unfortunately he went down. I think it was a fourth circle, but I'm excited to see what these players can do. You can see everyone firing around here. Jeez. Yeah, so the plane, so last plane, it went from the bottom right up to top left, so you saw a good spread of being able to get the major points, be able to get Georgia Pole. You saw people at Prim, you saw people at Zarki of all places, military base. No one went to Novo, however, and I mean, personally, I love Novo, but I think the crates can take a little bit longer to loot than is always optimal. I think it can take a little, you know, it's, you can get kind of lost in there, you might be overlapping on yourself. But it still offers great loot, and I think, you know, it has the level 3 ability. It has a higher chance of level 3 gear. They're just going at it. They're getting the blood pumping. They're getting hyped. They're getting ready. So let's get into this. Here comes the plane, getting ready to drop them off. Flying at altitude of, you know, 5,000 meters. Be dropping down. No in-flight snacks. And here's the plane coming from the north. So we're not going to immediately see people. I mean, it still has a great spread. It's down near the center, so they'll be able to kind of go wherever they want. But they're not going to be able to stretch to Lepovka unless they pull immediately. So we can go ahead and kind of watch the map here. We can see them start spreading out. No one's going down to Zaverny. I mean, you often see this. If a plane goes right over, people automatically assume others are going to that. We see Moke is going far left, maybe towards Zarki. And everyone's kind of spreading out here. See how many people are going to wait near the end for Prim and military, but people are starting moving to the right. As I mentioned before, you're not going to see a lot of people going to school simply for the sake of, you know, they don't want to risk the early, you know, RNG finding those guns. So we see Badsy diving down right now. The winds is not, you know, as crisp as it once was. They are quite a far ways away from military. They'll be able to find a car. We see, it looks like 4 teams. One might be going to the ferry pier here, but I'm guessing a lot of them kind of be working towards military here. No one went to Severny, surprisingly. We see Head Rush and Clutch. They might be headed towards... they're headed to... Oh, hello. We see 2 teams landing here, actually. We see Clutch jumping down here. Let's go ahead and jump onto him. So they're immediately going to have to find guns. There's very small amount of loot here, especially for 2 teams, let alone a squad. There's essentially 2 buildings per person. They're going to hope to find a gun. Here to find an M4 and a shotgun. With that early pressure, they know they have this AR on the shotguns. It's going to be wise. And it looks like Clutch is going to be pushing up on him. He looks like he's going to be taking advantage of the fact that he has that firepower. They both went in the same building, so they're going to be strapped for loot. They're not going to have... he sees him inside. He doesn't know what he has, so you can see him coming around the corner here. Mordecai is right on that. He jumps out. Crouch jumps. He has the shotgun. He goes down to the pistol. We can see him with the M4. He's able to get a few shots off. Head rush is very low. He has no meds. He goes down. It's now just 1v1 situation. Mordecai is running over outside of the compound, just running away. He has no gun. We're going to see Party Rock just finishing off the teammate. Mordecai is wrapping around for this building. He's going to be going for the pickup. Meds are probably limited, if probably none, based off how little they're in those buildings. But between a shotgun and M4, they shouldn't have any problems whatsoever. Down we see Amp take out Josu and Reapus. Before Josu and Reapus made it quite far, we see Amp, who's just doing damage before, and we see Nexus taking out both Jesker and third one with an SKS, an early SKS. I'm totally digging that. So there are a couple people at school right now. We see they're hiding in this corner here. Amph coming around. He's very low. He has no meds. He might be looting for some. They're both quite low. Desi, Jesus. And we see Dozing full health, being able to push around. He has to know that they're low based off the engagements. But at this amount of time, they might have found meds. He hears them. They're coming around. Oh, no. Come back. There we go. He hears him come around the corner. And Amp goes down. He was getting some serious frags earlier. Gets the kill. And here comes Xanity coming around the corner. They hear him. He's on the first floor. Oh, they see him out there. Looks like Dozing's just going to chill back for a moment. He's going to hang back. Let him go loot Pool House. And it looks like Clutch was able to take out Party Rock eventually. The lack of firepower, in 2v1 situation, it's going to be hard to come out of that on top. It's hard to get the advantage. But nonetheless, they played it well. If you find those 2 teams like early on, it becomes a little RNG trying to find those guns. But such is the risk. And like in normal games, you don't see as many people landing in these distant spots, especially like Zarky, because ooh, here we go. Lefty's pushing up here. Probably hears them. But it's there's the higher, I guess, level loot. Things like an SKS or an AR aren't going to be as easy to find because there's less houses. So there's like chances of you finding those are going to be much lower. So it looks like, let me go ahead and pop this up. He's aiming at this little cabin here. So I'm guessing he probably thinks that they're in there. Both of them are chilling up here. He has an M16 and a SCAR. We see an AK and an Uzi. So BNG here is going to have the little bit more close quarters advantage, but they do have to cross this large span here. And if Shady, so they do know that they're there. Oh, right. So he's not crossing yet. They're both. Is he laying down? They're hanging out there. We're gonna go back up for a moment, see where people are at. Rodney and Dozing Chopper, so they're still down over there. We can see this crate dropping down for a moment. No one's going towards it. It's dead center in the middle of the field, so we'll come back to that later. We're going to check on this. Mooch was able to get some shots off on left. He sees BNG probably cross over to the house. They're trying to get that wedge formation. I keep talking about that, and I think it's so important that you sit back, spread out, and cause them to switch back and forth. You see that if Mooch aims at BNG, he doesn't know where Lefty is, and vice versa. It looks like BNG is able to pick up a Saiga S12. It's a semi-automatic shotgun, which in close quarters can do quite a bit of damage. You have 5 shells without the extended mag, and that can easily take out a duo squad. Going into here, we see one team leaving Lipovka. We go back here for a moment. Everyone's pretty spread out. We see Play 20 at military base. Fusion, they kind of opted for... he sees him behind the truck. So now Lefty's stuck behind the truck. If he doesn't have any meds, he's in kind of a weird position here. So Mooch is moving out. BNG with an Uzi. He's opening up. He sees him up there. BNG's still rocking that Uzi, unfortunately. He does not have the range to engage this. Not able to get the tags. BNG is able to get a few shots off, but it's only 9mm. Not going to be able to do a whole lot. Lefty is still low on health. Where is his teammates? We see Shady kind of moved off to the left here. BNG is still doing work, even with the Uzi. Lefty's firing off shots, forcing him to get down. He's patching up a little bit, going to be able to get to that 75%. Mooch is trying to run back inside. Tail between his legs. We see one group that's kind of... Oh, here we go. Still holding on this engagement. And they need to be careful of watching the circle. It's easy to get tunnel vision into these engagements, not just in terms of other people around, but because of the circle. There's so many times that myself personally, I've been in an engagement, look down, the circle is, on us, and it forces you, you have to panic. You're not able to loot. You're not able to get the meds up. You're not sure if you have a vehicle around, and that's the scariest part. Zarky only has a few car spawns. If they don't have that, it's such a far ways away from anything else that you can easily get stuck out and die to the circle. Rodney was able to look down the kill feed. He's able to get a double kill on Decipher and Dozing Chopper down here. Here we go. Just let's go ahead and jump over to so Lefty went up on top of the roof here. He's gonna have that height advantage. They know he's still or down behind there. So Shady, you can see Shadley's moving off to the far or our left, trying to get that wedge, trying to get the angle, but he doesn't know where Lefty's at. BNG has moved over even further, still looking for an AR, trying to get some range. Everyone else is still kind of spread out, so we're going to stick with this engagement for a little bit. Kajaro, I don't think they know that the crate's there, or I don't think they went for it. So he's popping up. Let's go down to Shadley for a moment. See if he sees it. He's moving out towards the... oh, he sees him up there. Shadley's getting shots off on him. Unfortunately, he's able to get behind the... I just say unfortunately, he's able to get behind the truck there. It's very back and forth. They're paying very cautious in this engagement. Lefty's be able to get a few shots off. No one's be able to secure any kills or any downs. As long as they can knock one person down, it turns into a very... I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a very one-sided engagement. They're able to push up, especially with B and G, and they're so spread out. When one goes down, the other person cannot get to them, and they're able to close in. That is the advantage of staying close, especially in close quarters, that, hey, if one of your teammates goes down, you can pick each other up. But... you don't have the widespread field of view and the ability to pinch them or flank them in one of your engagements. They're still backing up. They see the circles coming in. They're trying to leave this engagement now. They have to go a little bit of distance. They'll be able to survive this. It's only the first circle. It's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage. We can just go over to Clutch Crispy for a moment. They see them behind this wall here. Kobesta, or Party Rock is able to take out Kobesta. Clutch is going down. Clutch is shot in the street. Party Rock is going back, trying to probably be able to pick him up. We see DeCannon. Whoops. Kind of went away from that. DeCannon was able to kill Clutch Crispy from the sniper tower. A good position. He's going to be able to pick up a Kobesta and they'll be able to make it out alive. Looks like Mooch is able to find a vehicle. So BNG need to start moving sooner than later. We see Party Rock. Kobesta is low on health. If he can get this kill, or if he can get this hit, knock Kobesta down, he might be in a better position. He has low optics. He's only rocking a red dot. At this distance, it becomes a little bit more of a difficulty. The red dot can kind of obscure what you're trying to look at, especially when you're trying to look at a small arm, you're trying to look at a leg, it's things of the sort. Fusion looks like he just kind of fell a little bit. Party Rock's just healing up, trying to get a little more survivability, and everyone's spread out here, so we can go into this field for a moment. Let's see, where was the crate? Let's say we can actually, it was Kajaro, I think, who was near the area. So he's rocking an 8X currently with a Saya S12, and his teammate is across the street, and he is as an M24, so they were able to get it, and with an 8X as well. Having the 8X is quite an advantage. Jisugi Kobesta sticking out here, trying to pick off Party. Party is up next to the sniper tower here. He's running away. He's trying to disengage. He knows that he's at quite a bit of a disadvantage. He only has a red dot on the SKS. The SKS is a wonderful gun as long as you can track your shots. But, with 2v1, and he knows that DeCannon has been firing off, it becomes a little bit of a risky maneuver. MLG, Thoros, and Biggie, they've been playing the first part of the game very passively. They'll get looted up, and then you'll see them kind of pop off a little bit later, get them kills, and start just tearing through everybody. They got third place last round, and I'm still feeling confident that based off their performance. Because you see this, I mean, they're close on, paper, if you will, but each of these apartments is so big, it's hard to kind of narrow down if you're not right next to them. And so we have 4 teams all very close, and if they're not up on the roof, it's going to be kind of hard. It's dangerous to engage those because there's only one staircase. And so unless you're going to be rushing around the corner. You see Party Rock. He's going to have to run through this. He should be all right as long as he has some meds. Kobes is driving through. We see Waka in a box. Love the username. Hanging out in prison or crater. I'm not sure if they're just trying to get a little meds and they know they have a vehicle nearby, trying to get a last little bit of loot. Or if they're just going to be trying to take the healing approach to this. We see Party Rock now. He's just swimming across at this point. We see BNG. They're taking a little bit of damage. Going to be able to... The circle's close by, so they should be all right. Play 20. We see them leaving as well, leaving Novo. A little bit late on leaving, but again, it's only second circle. They should be all right. You can see all these damages ticking off. Cypress is crossing the field. So at this point, this circle is when people start getting forced together, and you want to start choosing. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to sit? And obviously, the circle is your best, percentage-wise, of the circle being on you again. But the thing is, that's going to attract a lot of attention. And if you're not there soon, it's putting yourself in a weird position. Because if you're trying to approach the building and people know you're coming, they can peek out. Even in first person, they can peek out with their heads and get some quick shots on you. You see Blazin here. They're firing off at this compound here. You see them right on the corner, getting a few shots off. Silenced, suppressed AK. 7.62 does quite a bit of damage. I believe... If you do not have a vest on, it does 3 shots to the body, maybe 4. So it's not a gun to scoff at. And if you can control the recoil, it can absolutely tear through squads. Waka, they did have a vehicle. They're able to cross over when they're driving through. They're able to go down, pop a scrub, find an engagement, turns around and gets Shadley, who made it quite a distance last game, if I'm not mistaken. The suppressed Vector, it just eats bullets. It throws them out, throws them up. I believe you get 27th extended mag, and it's a monster of a gun in close quarters combat. Still BNG and Lefty are hanging out in the gas. Lefty with a low health. You think they'd start moving, but who am I to critique, right? So Blaze gonna be firing off near. They're still watching those houses. They see, they know they're still there. We see Fierce coming in here. Let's go ahead and switch to Blazing. He hears them coming. Is that his teammate? Oh, it is his teammate. Okay. The names kind of threw me off there. So his teammate leaves him, drives off with the buggy. STD Lunatic are still watching this angle. They don't, based off where he's looking, the suppressed shots are kind of hard to read. Oh, we see Kajaro here, pushing up into this building. Here, let's go ahead and see. So DeCannon is down. Baker is able to get the kill. He's crawling away. Let's go into Baker here for a moment. You can see on the X-ray, you can see Kobesa down below gets taken out by Kajaro. And again, hold Baker and Kajaro are just... Oh, here we go. Alright, so he's able to get a little bit of loot. So both of them are able to loot up. They're able to get those kills. And they have been just proven, I think, time and time again, like both last round, they were just doing absolutely disgusting as far as kill-wise. Matthew is able to see... He's looking over at Fierce. I have the X-ray on right now, so this is, you can kind of see where he should be looking at. But I think he saw, yeah, he sees him peeking down the tree. He gets a couple of shots. Down, it looked like Nexus killed Party Rock. He was crossing from the north side over here. Right there. He was crossing over across the water. He was able to catch him out, running out in the field. That's unfortunate. When you're by yourself, you have to run. You don't have a vehicle. People in front of you, they can be watching the gas the entire time. The second you pop out, down you go. So we're still looking at this. People are starting to move into the center. He's serpentining back and forth, trying to get away from these shots. Fierce is able to dodge every single shot. Like Neo, he sees where the bullets are coming. Come on. He's watching that. Let's go jump into Fierce. I'm kind of curious from Fierce's perspective. He only has a red dot. He's hip firing that. I think he's trying to provide a little bit of suppression. His teammate, where is his teammate? Is he alone? No, Blazin is, oh, up the road. There we go. Okay. We see some engagements coming down soon enough near the center. That's people, like I mentioned before, people want that center advantage. But in those houses, it's not just one building you have to work on. You have to work on all the buildings. So people can camp, right next door. And unless you want to push that and put yourself at risk, you're going to have to just deal with having some neighbors for a little bit. They can be noisy. They can be running around. But you kind of just got to deal with it. Because you see Moby and Ace Thunder. They're checking these buildings. Moby's been crossing over. Kajaro might be watching this. You can see him kind of pointing off that way. But these have a lot of bushes along this... where Moby's running. There's a lot of bushes, a lot of cover. You can just lay down and no one will be none the wiser. We can see Kajaro here. Let's see if he sees anything. You can see a little peek on our side. Oh, I think he saw him. Yeah, he saw his body kind of moving through the brush there. We still see white boys hanging around up top. Actually, I don't think he saw him. So Scrub is getting the engagement here. They see him. They have to push him from the gas, and so Papa Scrub is able to sit back, wait for them to push up, because they can't. At this point, the gas starts hurting a lot. He's able to kind of capitalize on this movement, on this position, and wait for them to push in. So Run is a little bit low. Oh, he's crawling. No, he's okay. He's gonna be going down in a moment. White Boy's not gonna be able to pick him up. He starts getting blasted here from Papa. Let's see if we can. Let's go to Jason here. They keep swapping. One keeps hopping around. The gas starts coming in. I think they're going to have to leave him, because this is the circle where it starts hurting a lot. And he goes down, fortunately. He drops dead at his hands, weeping in his arms, trying to hold him. Unfortunately, there's nothing he can do. Let's see this crate. I don't think anyone's got this. Yeah, so inside we have an M24 compensator, level 3 helmet. So the M24 is a wonderful gun. It is a little bit faster than the Kar 98, a little bit more powerful, and it can hold an extended mag. So it is definitely the preferred option. We see MLG throws and firing at B and G here as they're coming in through the gas. And Lefty and B and G are not going to be able to kind of rest from him. They're able to get behind the tree. He's firing off. STD2 Lunatic locked out Frogman, not on this current battle, but a ways away on the eastern side of things on the front. They're just leaving them. So we can go down over here. Matthew is trying to pick up Lunatic. Where were they shot from? Oh, I think they were able to finish them off as they came around the corner there. Stalled engagement. Wind down over here. So we see Cypress here with the VSS trying to catch them as they're going out. Bit of a Hail Mary. The bullet travel is so slow. It arcs so much. It is very difficult to shoot. But again, you have the trade-off is that it is very hard to hear and very hard to detect. And it is quite easy to kind of mess with their minds there. So we're here near Gatka. You have these long ravines. We see B4D coming in, tearing in. He blasts him off the shotgun. MLG Biggie going down. He doesn't finish him off. Where's his teammates? Oh no. He's God minus and wait, is that the no? Where's MLG throws? So he knows that his teammate went down, and he made the wise decision. He doesn't want to engage us. This isn't, one of those times to seek revenge. He can seek revenge later on. We see Papa Scrub here. He's down, actually. We see Jason going for the revive, and Blazin is choosing, with a minute left, they know they have to make it down to the circle, because this will kill you. Oh, he's cycling up around. He's flanking. This is a wonderful decision by Blazin. He has no idea, and they're able to get the kills. Both of them go down. Blazin able to finish off Jason and Papa Scrub. And get the kill. Wonderful plan on his part. They need to find a vehicle ASAP, though, and get down, because this circle will punish you. We see Bobby and Chimp now making the circle. MLG Thuros, he's just trying to play for himself. He's playing solo. He's parked his car in front of him, which, I mean, it can be kind of, people see the car, like, all right, someone's nearby, but he's also forcing them, the only way for someone to see him is to be at this angle through this house, so he's able to kind of watch one direction. So you see White Boys coming in. Blazing, they're still trying to get some loot. I don't see any vehicles around here. They might have just kind of sealed their own fate unless they're going for a healing tactic. Because this circle, they are very far. They have to cross the mountains. We can see a little bit of... You see Bobby here watching these windows, watching Cypress. He has an AK suppressed, but at this range, the suppress won't do a whole lot. We see Chimp down below. He's trying to move around. He's going to be pushing in. The Cypress is by himself. I don't know if they know this, but the Juggernaut next door, Cypress is alone. We have Bobby watching the outside, so if he chooses to crouch jump, a wonderful tactic to use and utilize. You see Cypress. He's just waiting. He's watching the stairs with only one way up. He's making the right decision. First person, you obviously can't third person peek. He throws... He's waiting for a grenade to go in? Cypress just watches. He has an ump and a VSS, so with an ump, he is equipped for close quarters combat, and he should have the advantage over what comes in. Cypress, the grenade comes in. Chimp doesn't know exactly where he's at, but he can assume that it's in these stairs. Juggernaut is still next door. He is just waiting idly. He sees him, and he gets the shots off, taking out Chimpe. Now, you see sometimes people will just let someone crawl away because that can be a good detection of where's the teammate. They start crawling towards a tree. You can say, okay, they're probably near that point. But in this case, the close quarters combat, you know you're gonna run into them. You hear Bobby run up with a shotgun. Yeah, so let's go to Juggernaut here. He hears him running around. But he made the right decision, just killing him off. He doesn't have to worry. I'm out of sight, out of mind, you know, or just out of life, out of mind, rather. So he's gonna be coming up, and as Bobby comes on the corner, we see Cypress pushing in. He sees him right next to him. He's popping shots. Oh, and with the S1890, is that the pump? That's the pump shotgun, isn't it? All right, he's gonna bend up a little bit. He gets the first aid off. He has a pump shotgun, beautiful headshot, I might add. So Cypress is able to crawl up, and Juggernaut is just waiting for a moment, waiting for Bobby to kind of push in. He's pushing up now. They're checking the rooms. And he gets the shot. He gets the double kill on Cypress and Juggernaut. Incredible kill with the bump shotgun. Blast to the face, taking him out. Whoo! Get you a little excited, huh? We see a bit of a fight going down here. We see Matthew getting shot down by Moby Gaming. Straight behind him, he looks like he's pinched between two. He gets going to go ahead and finish off the kill. STG Lunatic, you can see, is quite he's a little bit low over here. We can jump over here for a moment. We can zoom out, just kind of see where everyone's at. So Twitch and No Story Time are still there. They got taken out by kind of mid-game last round, if I'm not mistaken. Mac is kind of out. He's with J-Rod. They're out in the middle of the field. They're taking advantage of this rock. We can kind of zoom in here. Let's go back to this engagement. I mentioned this before, so the Kajaro here is... No! My PUBG crashed! One moment. Oh no, we can get back into it. Oh gosh. The game got a little too heated. One moment, guys, we're loading back into PUBG. RIP. So we saw Kajaro was still sitting back at those houses. They made the most of it. Remember, that was back in the center of the circle, but the circle kind of moved down bottom left. They're going to have to push back into Matthew, or Moby, sorry, who took out Matthew before. So we're loading back into this. I should be able to spectate. Yeah, let's get back into the spectation here. Hopefully not too lot, not a whole lot has happened, thankfully. We come back into the final two. That'd be unfortunate. So we're loading back into this. All right, so we see that we have the final circle, or not the final circle, but we're getting kind of near the end here. No Story Time is here near the building. He's inside, hanging out inside these corners. So these shacks are out overlooking fields, and fields, especially in first person, are a little bit more safe because when you're down in the grass like this, you're not going to be able to see who's up above you and things of the sort. So we see Kajaro pushing up into Moby Gaming. Moby Gaming has gone down. He's taking out Ace Thunder, getting his shots off. Kajaro has shown time and time again, though. He has wonderful accuracy. He has wonderful ability to just control his recoil. He's going to be pushing up on Ace. I'm not sure if Ace knows where he's at. Let's go ahead and stick on Kajaro here. He knows where he's at. They're pushing up on him, and they're able to get the quick cleanup. We know that Rodney's over here, but he's still a little bit further. He's behind these buildings, so they're not going to kind of having to worry about that. No Story Time and Twitch here. So down this ravine is what I was talking about before. Behind this cover, they have you have these various planks and pallets, but it is a rather unsecure. These walls only provide so much cover. And hopefully Mistake does not live up to his name and is able to emerge victorious. As he circles pushing even further, you see Lunatic is watching this full expanse of the ravine. Downstairs, or down here, you see Mac, who's still watching that corner. He's waiting for them to push up. He's not wanting to peek out. He has an 8x, so he's trying to make advantage of that. But it's not so much taking advantage of it, because you'd think that, he'd want to kind of like sift over and look down the length of this. J-Rod goes down from Lunatic, who's overlooking. Mac is trying to run away and now getting shot in the back. And you see that Gazarilla takes down Z-Mac as he's trying to escape. He didn't stick to his position, unfortunately, and that kind of led to his death. Kajaro is able to take down Rodney behind this rock, who's by himself. They're rotating around the outside. They're trying to clear and to make sure that when they push into the circle, they're not going to have anyone behind them, to make sure there's no one, pushing through the gas or laying down the field. And it's a good habit to, when you shoot, to rotate away from where you're at. because, you know, it attracts attention when you're firing shots off. People are automatically going to start looking for that, for, you know, the extra kills, in this case, extra points. They're trying to get those wins and trying to get, you know, the higher rankings. So it's, while getting first is the most important thing, you know, if you're making yourself known just sitting there like idly, you're going to get shot. So everyone's pretty well spaced out. MLG Thoros has, after Biggie went down, he's been hanging out by himself. He's pushing up. He's snaking his way through the grass. He's skull dragging, going down. We see Fierce light up Kajaro. Kajaro goes down, and as he's trying to lay behind the grass, let's see if Fierce is able to get off the kill. They probably just blow up the car as well, and that's always a good tactic. Go over to Blazing for a moment. He's peeking through. Baker is extremely low. Go over to Fierce. Baker has shifted over behind the, so Fierce is checking behind him. They know they're making noise, making sure no one's coming behind him. Thoros doesn't have to start moving in a moment. I don't think he knows where Baker's at. Baker has an arm, however. The car is slowly rolling towards them in a very menacing way. Bad Seed has gone down. God Minus to be able to pick him up. It looks like they're able to get the kill off. Fierce is still watching Baker. Baker has been able to heal up. Blazing's pushing up, but Fierce is not moving up with his teammates, so this might be this is better for Baker because he only has to worry about one person. So he hears him coming up. If he looks to the left, he sees him. Oh, Blazing doesn't know. He gets the shots off, but now he's going to take a lot of damage. He needs to get inside the circle now. You can see how much that's chunking down below. You can see how much damage is going down. You see Mistake over there, living up to his name a little bit, taking a little bit of help. I'm only trash on him because I care. It looks like Thoros went down right outside the circle. You can see that he died straight... right on the edge, right when he thought he was safe. Lunatic is pushing up on Mistake here with Twitch. Goes down to Sin Evil. Let's go up to Baker here. He knows that Blazing's over there. He knows that he's down, so he can assume that his teammate is going to be pushing up to pick him up. And he's looking around. He's listening. He's listening for the footsteps. So Baker's going to rotate around, flank around. Fierce is waiting for his teammate to get close to him. Is he going to get in the car? No, he's flanking around. Oh my goodness. No, he sees him. And he gets the kill. Fierce kind of botched that shot. He saw him. I think he just hesitated for a moment, he's trying to line up the shots versus just getting them off ahead of time. You know, if you make them uncomfortable, start popping off shots, it puts them out of position, makes them get a little bit scared, start having to twitch their aim, start, you know, sweeping your arm across in the hope that you can get the shots off. But unfortunately, Fierce went down. Mistake and you can see that they're crawling through the grass here. Godzilla jumps down. Lunatic punishes him. Is he going to do the same? Mistake jumps down and is able to get the kill on Lunatic. He's able to avenge Godzilla. We can go here. Bad Seed is taking shots at Baker. Baker's able to get out. He knows where he laid down, unfortunately. He can see him through there. He's not... Oh, you can barely see his backpack through the grass. We can go to the... He still thinks in the grass. He's safely behind the car. We see Mistake, Sin Evil running through here. We're about to see a little bit of an engagement. Do you see Sin Evil turn? He turns around, takes out Mistake. Godzilla's coming in. And God Minus takes out Sin Evil. So that's why these houses are just a wonderful spot to sit. They made the right choice getting there early because now all I have to do is sit in this compound. Everyone has to be within their circle at this point. Otherwise, they will be going down. He's trying to crawl, and you can see how much damage is chunking. God Minus, here's Godzilla, or God, what is it? Godzilla, I'm sorry. Out in the field, he knows that he's over there, doesn't know exactly. He's just firing off into the bushes to prevent any bushwalking. Baker is off to the side. He's with the playing it slow. He's playing the edge. White Boys is completely ignoring. They're paying attention to this. And again, the circle is right on top of this compound. This is when a little bit of luck is involved. And they're going to be able to hold on to that compound. And Baker's able to take out Godzilla, pick him out in the field. Baker is doing a bit of work here. We see Bad Seed and God. So God has got a little bit damage off on Baker. He's still firing off of the car, communicating that to his teammate. You see Bad Seed's watching everything else right now, which is good on him. Bad Seed is up on the roof. What in the world? He sees him running. Bad Seed's taking damage. Bad Seed jumps down. Baker is taking shot after shot. He has 30 seconds to move up. They know where he's at, unfortunately, to make it this hard because he's going to have to run in. You see him boosting up. With down the bar, you kind of see this, that he has the last little tick. You get 6%, or I think it's like 6.2% movement speed, which does make a world distance. White Boys is still moving in. He had the suppressor, so Bad Seed does not know exactly where he's at. He's just moving around. He's checking everything, letting God you know, I'm surprised God actually isn't still watching this. He knows that he's there. He's knowing he have to push out. Let's go ahead and go to Bad Seed. Bad Season crawling through the grass is able to take him out. This is actually a really good play on his part. I was a little, you know, critical of it before, but they know he's at the car, so I feel like there we go. And with the shot goes down, God minus and Bad Seed are able to take out, get the victory, get the win, and secure themselves a solid win. With 6 kills from God minus 3, going through this, you know, you see these kills going through. It's not an insanely high kill game, but 6 kills. You see Holdbaker, again, was 6 kills as well with Kajaro. They did quite a bit of work as well. 6 kills is nothing to scoff at. And I am, again, an exciting game. I'm going to go ahead and get these scores saved for them. And we're going to go to a quick break. Thank you, guys. We're going to get one last game involved with this. We're going to go to a quick, short break while we get the next lobby going and before the maintenance. And so, until then, sit around. Make sure you follow. I am Seismic. And let's get ready for the next game. Whew.
Cold light falling on the ground. Long day, but we won't back down. One thing playing on our minds. Long wait, but we won't give up now. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. We are the champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. We are the fighting tide, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night. Ready to love. We're dreaming now. We watch as the fire falls down. One thing pulling on our mind. Time stops and we don't make a sound. Crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. We are the champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. Yeah, we are the fighting tide, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night. We are the champions of the night.
I'm muted. We're good. We're back. Holy crap. I swear I've done this before. Anyways, what I was saying was, yeah, so my favorite team to watch has been Kajaro. We got this game going. The reason I've been waiting for the watch was I mentioned MLG Esports, I mentioned Flashpoint Esports, but I think the reason I like to watch Kajaro is that, you know, they've just been making the right decisions. Old Baker, you know, Kajaro did go down near the end there. They were driving down, and Fierce was able to light them up, but Baker was able to kind of pull themselves into third place again. Thuros and MLG, they were, you know, they got near the end, but they kind of rolled up on a bike and were able to get blasted off by a shotgun, so people are just going to go ahead and be launching off here. But going ahead into this next round, I'm going to kind of watching a few teams that I've seen just have been making quite a few. Like, who is it? Amphi, I think it was, or Amphex. Where is he at? Yeah, like sift through all these names here. Yeah, Amphexar right here. It seems early on he's playing very aggressive. He's playing very hostile, and he's getting the kills. He's getting the kills that count, securing the loot. But it's kind of around the mid game, into the near the end. It seems like he's kind of trailing off. Maybe just making the wrong position. And I'm excited to watch him, just kind of see where he lands. Actually, let's go ahead and jump to him really quick. All right. Everyone's lined up. Everyone's getting ready. This must be such an awkward plane to sit in. You know, you're sitting there just getting ready to kill everyone next to you, but nonetheless, you sit idly, just head down, focusing, getting ready to kill. All right, so we're going to go ahead and let's go jump to the map here. So people start jumping off. It's a little bit of a weird plane. Georgia Pole is still going to be, they'll have to stretch to it to go to the Lipovka Georgia Pole, but they're going to go going down near military, so people probably taking advantage of that. Pachinki is going to be another spot. Probably see a couple teams jump there. We're going to see, that's 2. And everyone just kind of leaves it alone. Oh, here we go. Matthew, Lunatic, probably going down right, going down to military, so no one's going Pachinki, actually. That's pretty, I'm actually kind of surprised on that. But I guess that can be one of those, you know, risky behaviors. I've talked about that before. When you're playing for a prize, you don't want to sit there and risk small, stupid mistakes. You don't want to, so we have, Reapus, is he alone? Oh, we see Mobia, Ace, and Dozing. So I think Dozy and Reapus are the same. Oh, okay, so they're splitting up. Bit of a decision. So we see 1, 2, looks like 6 teams going to Yasnia. Goodness. And no one's going on the western side at the moment. They're pulled early, it looks like. So immediately we see Kobesta pulling out a gun. Or no, he just took a little bit of damage from falling. We can jump to school for a moment. He's going pool house. So right now we're just kind of watching. So Amph here is going, yeah, he's going military again. So we see a few teams here. So this is going to get a little bit of action here. We're going to jump to ZMAC here for a moment. He's picking up an ump. See where everyone's at for a brief second. So everyone's kind of still spread out. Yasnia is a big place. Military, however, is not. There are, you know, the apartments, but they can see where everyone landed. He landed up on the roof. He sees that Josua is up there as well. If he's able to get a gun, he's able to get a vest. Josua is able to find Zilch, find a little bit of pills, not doing a whole lot there. Shady and Fierce look like they're going towards Lipovka, but so is Blaze, and they might be going to Mansion. Circle is a far left finish. I like this area a lot. You have the swamps. It's just, I think my favorite part, like looking part of the map. Just really cool places to fight at. And doesn't seem to land there much. Over here we see Sinevo taking a bit of damage, and it looks like from Mistake, who has an early M16. Well, that's not what I wanted. We said Sinevo. So Mistake is taking a little bit of damage. He's able to get the knockdown on play 420. He's pushing up. Sinevo's gonna be going. He's waiting for him, and he's able to get the kill. Mistake is able to get the quick double kill on Sinevo and play 420, who made it quite like late into the other rounds. So that's a little surprising and probably a little bit hard to deal with. But they have good ratings, I think, based off the previous 2 rounds, so they should be all right. Matthew and where is he? Oh, they took a boat actually over here. Matthew and Lunatic are going to go ahead and start looting these kind of towns, these bottom, southern, kind of eastern side of the military island. Sosnovka Island. I'm sorry. And we're probably going to be intersecting with Lefty here and BNG, who made it, again, a good distance in there. Over here, Moby and Ace look like they did take out, who was it? It was, does not show the name. It was Reapus' teammate. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was with Joshua. It was, like, was it Dadu? Duty? I forget. We see believably up here, I was able to get the, kill. I was surprised he landed alone, but he's playing that solo game, playing it well, apparently. That or he's fighting with his teammates, seeing who is the superior of the two. Just want to play the game when you can play hard mode. You see Theros and Biggie, they're in the dead center of the circle, but again, they're off to the side. They're playing the long game. They're trying to get that early loot. They didn't go to Prim. I think they probably saw Clutcher. They knew someone else was in Party Rock going there. So we see Affliction and Wick. Wick won the very first game. And Affliction, they made it decently into the next one. Shadley and Mootek probably could have a little better performance, but I'm excited to see what they do. And they have all the Povka to themselves. They're taking advantage of it. They're looting all of it. A little bit of engagement here from coming across Rozhawk. You see Mordecai crossing over. Triceratops has a double barrel shotgun. M80 is currently rocking a Saigas 12. Oh, no, sorry, M16 and an UMP. So he's well kitted for this engagement. He has the ability to go into buildings as well as fire across. M16 is still a wonderful rifle to have. The burst is nice. So people kind of started to leave Yasnia. Now, I'm not sure if that's because they knew other people were there, but you see Affliction and Wick are just simply running across this. Kind of spread it out. They're not... I'm not sure which one of these compounds they're going to. They're probably just trying to get a little bit more loot, trying to be safe about this. You see Amp right here. Suppressed M4, firing down at the hill. They were driving off. The buggy looks like it just hit a tree, got stuck a little bit. Mistake with the SKS, firing across at Xanady. Almost takes him down, missing the last crucial hit just to secure the hit. Go ahead and turn on X right here. So it's just those two. He knows he's up there. And we see a mistake. He still has Godzilla, so they're on Flashpoint. That's who I was talking about before, and they have shown why they're a team. Mordecai is still firing off, looking for them. His building's loaded. He knows they just had a building. The window, the door over there kind of opened up a little bit oddly. So they're crossing over. He gets the shot right as he's crossing. Impressive shooting. So they're still peeking that. They're still looking for him. He knows that at least one's in there. He sees him cross. Go to his teammate. Go ahead, cross back over here for a moment. So we're going to go ahead and watch Mordecai. So he's looking for where he's at. You see up in the top left, you see Triceratops is with an SKS peek in that window. Mordecai is able to trying to take suppressed Kar 98 shots. And they're taking a little bit of damage. They're trading well. But no one's coming out, you know, extremely victorious here. Okay. We're going to go ahead and ignore that crate. No one's going for it. Not important. So still fighting this engagement. See, they're both on the same building currently as it loads in. There we go. Which makes it a little bit difficult. I mean, I think Amity and Triceratops, why they all separate, if one goes down, it's still a distance that they can cross over, but they're forced to watch two different windows, not just one building. So communication becomes harder for Mordecai. It becomes harder for, you know, Headrush, who I was told to watch. I was told that he's pretty disgusting. But it becomes, you know, hard for them to communicate if they're swapping back and forth. Amity's backing up. Still being watched here by Triceratops. He has a 4X. Has that ability. They're going to go ahead and cycle back, get up a little bit higher, and I think that's maybe for the advantage because they're going to be able to peek up over those roofs, and I don't think they're going to be able to see them crossing up. Yeah, if I get rid of that X-ray. Who's Mordecai? Who's ready for? Oh, he sees Moby Gaming and Ace Thunder pushing down. He's getting those shots. He got a little bit of a headshot. That actually wasn't a headshot. It was a little bit of kind of on the shoulder on Ace Thunder, but he's taking a little bit more damage than he's giving out. We can go ahead and zoom out for a moment, see where everyone's at. The actual inside of the circle is pretty tame. Everyone's split off at this point. We can go off. You see Headrush still hanging there. And he goes down. Moby Gaming gets the knock. You see Ace Thunder is kind of going off to the side, trying to get the advantage. If they go up on top of the roof, he's going to have that peek ability. Go ahead and hide that for a moment. There's no window. He's not going to be able to see in, but he's looking. He's looking through these windows. Just trying to give them the best position possible. Oh, so if he peeks out... Let's leave that on for a moment. So Headrush is still low. He's healing up. He sees his feet. So he knows that one's at least on the second floor. And so he's still moving to the back. We're looking for those back windows. Everyone's still separate. Yasnia is still populated by two teams. Oh, if he crawls through, he sees him crawling. Oh no. If only. Isn't that the dream? Someone's crawling through. You see their head. You pop them. I think Ace Thunder is playing this very well. They're spread out. He's watching his back right now. And, I mean, he is silhouetted, and I think that, that is something to watch out for. He's getting away his position a little bit. We can go ahead and go down to head rush here. He's looking for it. Does not see them, so they're playing a little bit defensively. So Moby Gaming went down. It looks like Mordecai was able to take him out, unless. No, I assume it was Mordecai who took him down. So he's going to go for the pickup here. We can see head rush is pushing up. So I assume that it was them. They're communicating. They said, "Hey, I did get him down. I did knock one out. He's out of the commission for at least 9 seconds. He's trying to get this revive. He's getting him up." He should have enough time to heal based off their distance from him. But we can see right here, head rush is pushing up. He's up on top of the hill. And they're retreating currently. So they're kind of moving a little bit more west towards the circle. Going to be headed into ruins. Past, Venice, Waterworld, the Underwater City, Atlantis, whatever you want to call it. Twitch and his teammate, I assume. Who is this? It's no Storytime, that's correct. Moving down from Severny. Let's see how they're looted up. They are rocking an AK, and he's just driving, so we'll check on that later. Mooch, Frogman's still in the gas, but is only the first circle. He should be fine. BNG, again, I think they landed the Novo last time. They are going to be coming in sooner than later. I'm surprised somebody. So we see DFG's camping the bridge right here. Oh, I'm excited to see this here. So we see Flashpoint. They're going down to the shore. There's not a bridge. So DFG's going to hear them coming up. I think they're looking for the boat. They see a boat right here off to the coast. So let's see what DFG does. He hears them off to the right. What's he doing? Oh, here we go. So he sees them. He's waiting for him to get inside the boat here. So it's a little weird to fire off because the water is a little bit impervious. If they're deep below the water, they're going to be a little, yes, you can see they can't fire below water, but now they're forced to get inside of a boat, and this becomes a very dangerous thing for Flashpoint to do. They're just going to be choosing to swim across. I think that's the right decision, even though those boats are, we're going to go ahead and call those boats, right? Getting them out is probably one of those dangerous things because it takes a little bit to get warmed up. You have to swing around, and DFG is going to punish that regardless. So Amph and Third are also going to be pushing up. They're going to be forced. They're in the circle, so they're fine to start swimming. If they want. But Amph knows that they're there. He's going to be pushing up, and again, Amph is going to push out in a weird position. If he put himself into I think moving earlier would probably suit him. But it's hard to say, based off. I haven't been watching the entire time. It's hard to, it's a lot of theory crafting. And based, hey, he could do this, he could do that. At the end of the day, unless you're that player, you don't know every little finite detail. Ace Thunder is go ahead and stim it up here. Mordecai and Head Rush are running into the circle. Amph gets Xana gets the kill on JSK as he's swimming out in the water. Third line gets a shot. Third's not dipping down. He's just choosing to stay above the surface. He finally dips down after taking a good amount of damage. He's not able to heal up in the water. That was a patch a while back, so he's going to be forced to go across. But the thing is that now Amph needs to cross, and you see Matthew going for the second boat that was over here. And Amph, Third's going to be able to wait in the water if Amph decides to cross. You see, BNG crossing the boat. They see them. We're about to see, I think, a little bit of a naval battle here. Whew. Let's see what happens here. You see the shots coming from Gazri, able to hit the boat on BNG. Third line is able to take a little damage. Amph is just waiting. Let's go ahead and jump over to Amph here. They're just watching him. They're trying to get that kill. He wants the points. He wants those 2 delicious points of securing that kill. He's looking back behind him. They see this boat in pursuit. 2 boats. Yes, 2 fine boats. They're crossing. They're following. They're chasing him. Matthew's got to be careful not to shoot his captain right here in the face. He's trying to line up them shots. He's trying to. The danger's going straight as you get shot back. He's taking a little bit of damage. I'm wondering if that's from BNG. It is. Lefty's firing back. They're swerving. They're careening back and forth. They're trying to get some shots off. And BNG takes the initiative to go ahead and say, "Hey, we're gonna go into the shore. We don't want to take this engagement because now now we have Godzilla out there in the middle of the water as well. We have so many people. It looks like BNG's going to sweep around. They don't know that crate's there, so That's kind of out, you know, out of the way, out of mind. MLGB, they're in this. I think they're in the swamp right now. No, they're just in these shacks. They're moving around. Again, they take up post in these buildings, and they're just going to capitalize on anybody who decides to come through, who wants to decide, hey, we want to go to the middle of the circle. We want to get that early advantage, and sit and just wait. Just say God minus, trying to bust out some windows, vandalizing the place. It's not your house, man. Come on, treat it nicer. He's shattering that, and the only reason for the reason he's doing this is because they have those smudges on the windows, and it is harder to look at. When you have those little smudges, it can get in the way. Same reason that, you know, your computer screen at home, if you don't keep it clean, it can get distracting. So we see Reap is here, next to White Boys on Ick. Everyone easy taking the red zone coming in. No one's died the red zone as long as I'm aware of. Third line's coming in. Gozrilla is now a mistake or swimming the way. Amph is now going to be crossing the bridge. They've waited. So DFQ, sorry. Nexus and Laz have decided to leave their bridge camping position, assuming that everyone's gone. Didn't know Amph was back there. They're going to take a little bit of damage, but it's only the second circle, though he will be fine. Clutch is sitting there taking shots over at B&G. See if they get any shots off. Get any, like, hits. Oh, they actually get a couple. Taking down, or just chunking B&G a little bit. You can see Party Rock with a suppressed M16. Were they able? I don't think they were able to get the crate, were they? We can check on that more later. Going back in here, everyone's, again, evenly spaced. It's kind of interesting to look at this. We see Blazing coming in, and he's going to be closing up on Blue here. He's going to be approaching just very aggressively. Probably driving past. They're not in the circle, so there's no point for him to stop. But now we're going to have this engagement. You see them firing off. They're swerving. They're trying to get over this... and he's choosing just to say, you know, hey, we don't need to take this engagement. We're outside the circle. But they're going to sit next to them, and they're going to keep firing. Like a scene from Fast and the Furious. He's firing. He's probably lead him a little bit more. Hopefully he doesn't shoot this driver in the face. He's deciding to stand. He's not landing a single shot. Goodness fears. It is very hard to do that, though. So we see Twitch and I think it is... Yeah, no story time. I keep forgetting his name. Facing off and against MLGB, Thuros, and Biggie. They're both behind this building. We can go ahead and go into this engagement. We see Biggie moving on the left side, kind of trying to spread out. And I've been talking about this time and time again. You see Thuros watching the right side in case they peek this. Biggie's moving up, saying, hey, you know, do I see them through here? He's just peeking that corner, waiting for them to come around. But I think they are both watching that corner. You can actually see... No story time. Biggie sees the play. He sees that he's moving around. It says, no, not right now. You're going to get back inside the house, and you're going to get punished. Tech Resist is still hanging outside that building. Now, they're spreading out hard. And so the thing with this, though, is if Biggie goes down, if either one of those goes down, it puts them at a severe disadvantage. They can't pick each other up. They don't have the cover. They'll probably be finished off. So we have a serious battle probably about to ensue around there. But we're going to stick right here with No Story Time and Biggie. We can go ahead and watch them. Let's go. So Thuros is just peeking this. He's watching that corner, just making sure, hey, you know, they're not sneaking around. I'm not sure if they have a vehicle. Otherwise, he could take out those tires. It looks like they do have a UAZ, so he could decide to say, let them, you know, just give them no escape route. Biggie's still watching this. They're watching those doors. Chimpe, really quick, I'm gonna jump over here, is taking this engagement against M80 in the building. He has a suppressed Car 98, which is just a terrifying thing to behold. They're still moving around over there. Amph is just, they're all just posted up. They want to see where this next circle goes. Why move out if you don't need to? Down goes Cabesta. So this is Wick. So they won the first round, actually. Takes out Cabesta with a headshot. Dan's down below. He sees him where he's at. He's going to be moving up through the windows. Trying to get that. Oh, ooh, that was close there. Dan decided to res him up, so they're going to have to move up, take advantage of this, but they're not going to be able to get there in time. Over here, Twitch, No Story Time goes down, and as Twitch peeks the window, Biggie's able to get the kill. Thuros took out No Story Time, and MLG was showing why they are one of the top teams. Moving next on along the line here, looks like Chimpy kind of left M80. He's just idly he's taking shots at me if he can, but he's not making, you know, a serious play about it because M80 is outside the circle, meaning they're going to have to push across this road, and there's not a lot of cover. If you see kind of up here, there's not a lot of defilade. They have this little ridge a little bit down, but with this hill up above Chimpy, or especially even this over here, he's going to have the advantage. They're going to have to push out, and Triceratops with the is going to see if he can, you know, get a little bit of a, if he can get a pick, that would be optimal. So you see Bobby actually over here. He sees where he's at. He's lining up those SKS shots. I think he waited a little bit too long there. He's trying to get that perfect shot, which doesn't always exist. Reapus is going to be pushing in towards Baker. He's by himself, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Reapus, Josu did go down at some point. I think they've been split up most of the game. So we see Hold Baker and Kajaro, who I was talking about a lot before, facing off against Fierce, I think, again. Yeah, Baker took on Fierce and Blaze in a little bit of a revenge match. Over here, we see Clutch Crispy, who went down, Party Rock. Clutch is picking him up. And it was a headshot, I believe, from BNG or someone over here. They were headshot from quite a distance. Third line, so Mooch has been picking up. You have Amp following this. DFQ and Nexus decided to leave their position, move across up here. We can go to Blazin for a moment. He's fighting up on the hill. What in the world? I have so many questions, but we... What a strategy. Why get level 3 armor when you can get a full truck blocking your body? We see Thunder out here, White Boys Nick, trying to face off against them. It looks like it's just Thunder, though. So we can see where he's at. Because he start moving up the hill, I think he's going to be spotted by White Boys. We can go ahead and sweep over here. Where is his teammate? Run Deezy's watching both sides of this. See if he has the... with an 8x M16... Interesting combination, but I like it. I dig it. You know, the M16 is very accurate. A bit of like, people call it a laser. So Ace Thunder's able to get away, able to cycle out. And we see Mooch pushing up into these forests. These trees are very small and thin, so you have to be very careful the way how you're peeking. So you see, I think he's behind a rock right now. He's behind a tree. They're just trying to peek each other. He has a level 1 helmet, so if he gets hit in the head, he could be done for, especially with that amount of health. So Mooch is, third line's slow cycling back. He's watching that tree. And Shadley is down behind him, so it looks like Mooch is playing for himself. He's playing for just the one. He's trying to get the shots off. Takes 2 shots, keeps moving. He's playing for the circle. He says, he knows that the circle's coming in. I need to move. I need to back up. But they need to push in. And he gets the shot with the Kar 98. Wick takes him out from behind. He was up on the hill. Who was it? Third line was taking so many shots. He made himself known. And that's one of those things. You take shots, you need to cycle away. Because people are going to come, come looking for those beautiful... Ooh. He goes down. Affliction gets shot. I'm using for Frogman here with a 4x. Sees him out in the forest. And again, yeah, the Kar 98 making noise. Let's see if he's able to pick him up. So they know where they're at. They see that line of sight. But now from behind, you're going to see, who is it? Lunatic and Matthew pulling up across this road. They have to see them shortly. He's checking the road, making sure no one's crossing. Seeing that, hey. Oh, he's going to run up on him here. Bend the rock. He gets the shots off. He doesn't finish him. He is 1 shot away. Wick is so low. Affliction gets the shots off. Wick goes down. And Matthew is able to save Lunatic's butt and take out Affliction. Wick and Affliction go down with 35 left. They put some, about what, 15th place? I can't do math higher than that. Triceratops goes down from BNG. BNG is punishing them as they try to cross the road here. Let's go to Lefty for a moment. Lefty sees M80. M80's just kind of across. He's throwing smokes. He's trying to save his teammate. But I think right now, if he can lead the shots, he's going to go down. Lefty, please hit him. 1 shot left. You got this. There we go. Lefty goes down. First try. No bullets missed. We all saw. He is the best. See, I got your back, Lefty. So, Blazin's still stuck inside this truck. His teammate... What is happening, man? They are playing the long con. Yeah, who would look at the wall climbing spider truck? They are still there. Can't say that I've tried that strategy, but I'm excited to see what works out. They are outside the circle, so this can be kind of interesting. We see is it Gene Cerulean? Or JJ, he's gonna be moving up. They're driving away now. Hold Baker's leaving. Do they hear them? With the plane, under cover of plane, I think that's a great play. They're using the sound of the plane to mask their motorcycle. They don't know they left. They don't know that they just dipped. So they're going to be looking for that and be forced to cautiously make their way into the circle. We see Mordecai and Head Rush. I believe they're on the same team. Yes, they're moving in from the circle. Looks like they just took a little bit of an engagement. Moose right here. Biggie takes out Cypress. Biggie kills Juggernaut. Biggie is just doing work today. They're on the edge of the circle. They have 45 seconds, but it's not a long run. The only thing standing between them right now is Matthew, who has shown before that he has wonderful. Actually, look at this. Takes down Mooch. He should be able to finish him off. Now Shadley. Oh. I'm just like almost a little bit of awe. I'm just watching this. Matthew is just, his accuracy. He's toggling, man. He's toggling. He's going over to get the revive, but he's showing him the backside, and they both go down. That was a little bit dangerous maneuver. He wasn't watching the angle. You see Hold Baker inside this compound, and Kajaro and Hold Baker putting in more work. They take out Waka in a box and not Frogman. No, it was Frogman, yes. And they've taken position inside this. We see a crate up here. This would be super risky to get, so I don't think that anyone's going to be going for it. An M249. It's not like the best thing, especially at this range. It's so open. There's so little cover. And I've seen a quarry ending before, and it is quite interesting. People are going to be kind of put this in reference, is that you want to get up high, but the thing is that you can see across the entirety of the quarry. There's not much rock coverage. If you're behind, you have very small things like this, but if someone's going to be up above, they can cycle around. So a lot of people are going to die quickly. You see God has gone down. He's not going to be, he might be able to crawl in if Badsy can help him out. God is looking through the swamp, looking for who took him out. BNG left. He's trying to get in, trying not to take too much damage. At some point, I think they're looking the wrong way. They're up the hill from them. If you look at Fierce here, they see them crossing in. Fierce just turns tail and runs. She says, "No, I don't want to fight this. I want to take the fight." But you see Mac right here. They're stuck outside the blue zone. Just keep taking that damage. And Mac is able to take down Blazin and Fierce as they're just outside the zone. So Mac's by himself. Mordecai and Head Rush are taking out D-Treats. The problem with D-Treats right now is, he's about to go down, and they both go down to the zone. It's just chunked so hard. There's so little you can do. You have to start medding, but then if you get into a fight, you have to med, seconds later. Hopefully you don't get hit, otherwise you're going to be dead. So now that people start moving in, we have a hill off to the side right here. It's pretty good position. Mac's going to be rotating down. There's a steep drop-off down to this compound, and Thuros and MLG Biggie have kind of the time. Oh, here we go. He's taking shots, hitting him quite a ways out. We can switch to Biggie here, who's just been getting the kills, trying to get the shot. Looks like Thuros is just hitting those body shots time after time. He's still moving. Biggie trying to make himself known. Kajara still only has half of his health here. We see Matthew alone again, fighting these engagements. Has come out victorious on 3 separate occasions by himself. Badsy is rotating around. It looks like his teammate went down. Head Rush, super low. Badsy just throwing out the damage, hitting every single shot. We can go to Mordecai here, who's looking through here. He's trying to find where he's at. We can go ahead and turn on X-ray. He sees that he's behind he sees him. Oh, maybe he doesn't. I think the leaves kind of obscured that, but his feet. We can go to Head Rush here. Oh, who's down actually? Yeah, you can see how fast he's dying. So he's been down at least 3 times. You can see how fast it's going down. Mordecai has to play for himself now. He has to see him. Here we go. He's waiting for that peek. He's waiting for that opportunity. He has the shot capability. You can see him just keep peeking. Question is, though, does Bad Seed here know where he's at? I think, he's just turning around. He's ignoring him. He's just no respect for the engagement. You can see him running across now. And Bad Seed just, again, turns around. What is he doing? Mordecai is just punishing. And Mordecai gets Badsy because Badsy just turned around and said, "Nah, I don't want to fight this." Mordecai's taking shots from Clay. They have the height advantage. He's moving around. Mordecai is still in the gas, so I think he's going to go down in a moment. Yep, and there goes. And? There he goes. Mordecai died outside the play zone. He survived a little bit longer than I thought there. Thuros is still up top. They're playing these faces, and because you have this, this cover, these ridges, it's still safe. It's not just, exposed. But they have these hills across here, and so I'm kind of curious if so now we have Baker, who's proven himself before. He gets down, drops down, trying to get a little bit of cover. They're just trying to back up a little bit. Gets shot in the back quite a bit. Crispy's going to be advancing up. Kajaro is trying to get some shots off. Here, let's move up onto Crispy here. I know they're over there. The suppress shots, they're getting pinched right here. The Molotov goes in. They're being forced to push up. B&G punishes them. He's trying to rotate around the tree. They're dancing. And he just turned away from him. He did like... Oh my goodness. With a minute left, he's going to be able to get him up. Kajara's by himself. I can't believe it. He said, "Nah, I'm going to turn to the left." Starts looking down towards a separate engagement. Chimp and Bobby are firing across Clay here. MLG Thuros, they're still in. Clay's firing off. He's in the gas. He's about to go down. Oh, they're right on the edge. So we see John right here, or Jean. He's He probably should move sooner than later, because when the gas starts coming in, it's moving fast. And especially with this, you're going to have to move down very fast. You can take a little bit of damage, and any damage at this point can be very dangerous. Kajaro's still on the edges. He knows that these two are over here, but he's just trying to play for himself. He's trying to rotate around, stay away from any engagements he doesn't have to take. He just wants to make these engagements safe. JJ went down, but with 10 seconds left, he needs to leave his teammate. There's nothing that he can do. Jean's going to be rotating around, keeping some cover between him and those that are up above. MLG Thuros, let's go ahead and drop down. He's just quickly getting the frag, just finishing him off. Doesn't know where Jean is. Let's see if... He doesn't, so he's down below. We see Chimp moving up. We see Bobby just trying to scope it out. And they're about to run into Thuros. He sees where Thuros just dropped down. He kind of moved down the hill a little bit. We see Kajaro up the hill. So now's the time to move. But we see, if we go ahead and move down the hill, he's watching across the road. He knows that Kajaro, or at least Kajaro, is going over. And with no way for Kajaro to get up, I'm kind of worried for him. He's going to have to be able to wrap around. I think Kajaro is going to probably end up perishing here because there's no way for him to get up. Yeah, he'd have to run all the way around, and based off the size of this, he's not... The only way for him to do is move back towards these, get this engagement. But Party Rock and Clutch are trying to move up around. They know where Kajaro is, but we have Thuros now fighting them for Kajaro. Biggie's able to kill Jean, who had been running up towards them. So Clutch has gone down. Thuros is watching that. They know Kajaro, so they don't have to worry about Kajaro unless he moves across and gets up. Chimp is also watching that ridge. And so I'm sad to say that Clutch and I think Party Rock here are probably going to go down. They have two teams on higher ground. The only way for them to get up is to move up these rock faces. So I'm not sure if they can. It's rather steep. Clutch is so low. With 30 seconds left, they're going to have to make something happen. And we see... Oh! The shot coming from Theros. He knows where they're at. They're advancing. This is looking very good for Theros, as well as Bobby and his team as well. We can go to Biggie here. He's trying to get the shots off, trying to get the Car 98. Go ahead and hide the X-ray here so you can see what they're seeing. Moving through here. Let's go onto the map here. Kajaro is outside the circle, so he's going to be able... Actually, he's pretty centered in the circle. He might be able to make top two if MLG, Thuros, and Chimpe can take this out. It's, two titans of these teams here sitting on the top, facing off. Old Westerns, the old Mexican standoff. We're just waiting for him right now to move up. Kajaro is... He's just there. All right. They're moving around. They're trying to get in the low ground, trying to just approach from a different angle than what Biggie expects. They think they're still behind the rock. You can see if I turn on X-ray, they're a little bit lower than what they want. But they're rotating around. They're shuffling. They're not staying still because that, especially at, later in the game, standing still can be certain death because everyone has a Car 98. Everyone has the killing power. They throw a Molotov down, looking, I guess, for Kajaro for some sort of teammate. We can see Thuros is still pushing up. They want to see where the circle is. Kajaro still has... If he moves up in the circle, looks like Chimp, they're actually looking for the kill. They see him up above. Chimp gets the headshot, gets the knock, but with a height advantage, there's not going to be much they can do about him reviving. Kajaro is still sitting here, waiting for the kill. Oh, he's setting up the trap. He's waiting. He's looking. This is what it's all about. Up above, they're still metting up. They're getting ready for the fight. They're looking around. They know that someone has to be down here. They know where two of them are, so they know where everyone should be at this point in the game. They're looking up above. They're trying to peek down. They're trying to throw grenades up. He gets the knock. MLG Thuros does. Let's see if Kajaro can finish him off. He's still looking up. Bobby Deem knocked out Thuros with a headshot with the SKS. Putting in work. Bobby's doing an absolute... He's just on a tear with that. You can see that Biggie has 7 kills right now. As I mentioned before, he's just doing work. Kajara's still here, just moving as long as he doesn't have to. He's only moving when he needs to. The gas is pushing in. He's moving up. They don't know that he's here. They're up above. The circle is closing in. Kajara's making himself known. Let's go to his angle here. They could probably pop a grenade and throw off to the side, but that's such a hard corner to peek because he can see the shadow ahead of time. And unfortunately, Biggie gets the kill on Kajaro, getting himself 8 kills. He's above. He just sat up above. If he has a grenade, now's the time to use it. But they have the height advantage. And unless they drop down, this is going to be an interesting med finish. To the point where they're going to have to use meds just to see who can outlast them. Kajaro made it to the top 3. I think that's... Whew. Let's see if Biggie drops down off to the side here. They're both up above. I mean, only exposing their heads, which, I mean, it's a smaller target, but, you know, it's a little dangerous. So Biggie, looks like Biggie's about to drop down. You can hear the footsteps. He's just watching for this right now. He's looking for him. He sees them up above. He's using a shotgun at this point, probably waiting for them to drop down, knowing that, hey, you know, they need to get the close engagement. They want the kills. If they don't drop down, I think, actually, at this point, I really feel that Bobby D has the advantage because, you know, at the end of the day, they do have to go down. They can't go up. And if they land, you know, they're out of, they have to, like, you know, hit the whole superhero landing here. We see Chimp 1 for 1. We see Thoros drop down. Bobby D gets the kill. Pulling the victory out barely above Biggie and Thoros. Thoros, look at Biggie with 8 kills. That is just an absolute incredible display of skill. Get those screenshots so we can get the stats in there. Be looking at this. Yeah, Biggie was just killing all the entirety of the game. 8 kills, I think, is the highest out of all 3 of these matches. You see Bobby D. They came out so near the end there. Just absolute impressive display of skill. I really thought MLGB had that, but I think based off their solid finishes, they might pull out the victory. But Bobby D has also been playing as well. They have been playing as well, but they've been playing well as well. So we are going to quickly turn on some music. I'm going to send these screenshots over. One moment. I can quickly set up one thing. All right. I think that was a great finish. I love seeing quarry finishes. I've only seen maybe 3 in my experience. I've played hundreds of hours, and they're so few and far between. It's everyone approaches it differently. Some people want to sit down on the lower steps, hide behind rocks, and just wait for people to you know, peek out, poke their heads out, show themselves before taking shots. And other people just, yeah, they sit on the top, they sit behind the they sit behind the rocks. All right, I'm just sending these stats over right now. Some absolute incredible players, though. You know, going into this, I asked some of the admins there, you know, hey, who should I be watching? And they did mention, you know, MLGB. They mentioned Flashpoint. And you guys, sure enough, mentioned Head Rush. Head Rush, that game kind of got picked off a little bit earlier on. There we go. So we're now just updating stats, and looks like, so the winner of the prizes will be shown, and they will be contacted. So the prizes were a snapback and a hoodie, getting that beautiful, you know, ESU League gear. Gotta look, you know, good when you're out there killing people. All right. All right, there we go. But I do think, out of watching back, I think Holdback and Kajaro, and also Matthew. Matthew really came into his own, I think, in the last round. You saw him engage, I think it was 3 separate teams on his own, just wiping them out, making the most of those trees, dancing around. And especially with, you know, when you're by yourself, it's, you know, you're looking for the teammate, and if you only see, you know, that one, it's hard. But before we announce the winners, I'm going to go ahead and just go into a quick short break. And we will be right back. We will announce the winners, show you guys the stats, and we can talk about that a little bit more. We will be right back. Thanks for sticking with us.
be better off all alone. Think I'd be better off all alone. Think I'd be better off I think I'd be better off all alone. Think I'd be better off all Think I'd be better off all alone. I don't wanna love you when you're stoned. I feel like I'd be better off on my own. Yeah. Well, I don't wanna lose you when
All right, let's go ahead and announce the winner. Now, incredibly close match. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump to this, and I'm gonna show the scores in a moment here. So Lefty and BNG, you know, they were doing the good work, but never could secure that win, putting them in 5th place. Next up is Set Destroy and Matthew, who put in a lot of work. They were averaging about, you know, 7th, 8th place, kind of going through it. I'll pull up the scores here. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Can I zoom in? I cannot. So we see here Mob Deep, which is Bobby and Chimp. Near the end, they got the 1st place, which really boosted them up into 406. And now this is really interesting. So sponsor list here. So I have Kajaro and Hold Baker, who I was following a lot before. They finished 11th, 2nd, and 3rd. MLGB also finished 11th, 2nd, and 3rd. And the only difference was 1 kill, putting Kajaro up 2 points. A single kill, giving Kajaro and Hold Baker the victory over MLGB Esports, over Biggie and Thoros. That is an absolutely incredible, like, just like photo finish type of situation. I love that. It shows that, you know, being aggressive does not punish you. Those like single kills is why, you know, if you know, sometimes it's okay to take those engagements, take those risks, because those 2 points made the difference. So congratulations to Kajaro, to Hold Baker. They played extremely well. They played out of their minds. And I look forward to seeing them again in the next week. Hopefully they show up, you know. But I think everyone else did just absolutely incredible. You see, like, down here, you see Play 420, who was by himself. I think actually had, I thought he had a teammate, but 30 points on the kills. But even if you're not getting first, those consistent, you know, the 2nd and 3rd place finishes do add up. It got them the victory, and I think that's what's important. So until next time, thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit the follow button up above to follow ESU League. Follow them up on Twitter. You can follow me at Seismic White on Twitch or Twitter. I play a lot of PUBG, and I cast it now. So thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for talking to chat, for being here, and for joining us. Until next time, I'm Seismic. This is ESU League. Thank you to Manatee GG. And go play some rounds, at least when the maintenance is done. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Peace.